an actor and director in the horror genre. Best known for VHS, Siren, and Creepshow. And subscribe to Raze Chaos.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel, and yeah, Raze went on a little trip. Yes, this is very exciting. I actually wanted to do this video back last August, but I didn't quite do it. Essentially, I had purchased some things at the horror house, but when all was said and done, I'd realized that I'd purchased more for other people than I did myself, and I don't really show off gifts on this thing. But this time, Raze has just gotten back from going there again, and he got all kinds of goodies this time, and even like essentially inspired a new type of video that he will be doing. It's very exciting. Always happy to do it. But yeah, we're gonna get into what did Raze get at the horror house this year? Chicago, Illinois. One of my favorite places to visit, and this time was no exception. And headed out there and just got to enjoy this, the goodness, the fun, everything. I'm gonna put the link and the location of the horror house in the description below, so you can check it out if you want. And if you're ever in Chicago, swing in there. I mean, they don't like you to film inside there. At least they didn't when I was there. But it's still very much worth a visit. And the Bar Demon, that's a couple buildings down, is a great place to sit and have a couple drinks. Few, many. Yeah. I'm not going to say that affected how I felt at the horror house this time, but it kind of did. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and put this bad boy away. Yeah, you weren't even there. So the first thing I want to show off in this case is my little Pennywise pillow that I got while I was there. It's a classic Pennywise. It's the classic Tim Curry Pennywise. And it's got this nice little "We All Float" down here. And yeah, this was cool. I actually had originally intended on getting this as a gift, but yeah, then I decided that the person that got it really wouldn't appreciate it as much as I would. So I went ahead and decided to keep it. Got them something else. Don't worry about it. There was no sacrifice made there. But yeah, I had to get this sweet little Pennywise pillow, and it's really awesome. I think that was actually made there. I'm not sure. They had a lot of different versions of these pillows, and this was the one. I mean, you know how I get when I see a Tim Curry Pennywise. I get a little excited, and I have to go with that one. But yes, we all float down here. So that's really cool. And the other thing I wanted to show off is the horror house pin, which I may have shown it off last August when I went there. I had gotten it, and part of the reason I'm showing it off is because the owner was there when I was buying stuff, and he kind of threw it in for free. He was like, "Here, take one of our pins." And I was just like, "Sure, I'll take one of your pins." So now I'm going to show it off a little bit better. I'm pretty sure I showed it off last time, because anytime anybody gives me something, I got to show it off. Yeah, so that's really awesome. And that will play a part in what's to come. But next we're going to get to the Funko Pops that Raze picked up from the horror house. And so they had several. I was actually a little surprised with how many Funko Pops they actually had there. A lot of which I already had, and I'm pretty much fine with that. I don't really get too upset if I go somewhere and there are Funko Pops that I already have. because it just means that my collection is growing in the right direction and that I don't have to spend as much money. But there were a couple in there that I went ahead and grabbed because I could not resist. I put them in sorters. I know what they are, but I don't know which one's which. So I'm going to go ahead and check this one out first because, yeah, I didn't take it out of the package or anything. But, ooh, yes. This is one of... This is the Eric Draven with Crow that they had there. Obviously from The Crow. This was something that I was looking for anyway. And, yeah, once I saw this one, it was one of those things where they've made like several Crow Funko Pops, and I hadn't really decided on... I kind of knew which one I wanted, but at the same time, it was going to be a situation where the one that presented itself was the one that was going to get my attention. Thankfully, this one actually is the one that I wanted over the other. It wasn't a huge gap, but we're going to go ahead and take this guy out and have a look at him. And here he is. I wanted this one more than the other one because there was just so much more detail to it. And I mean, Funko, when they do detail, they do detail. I love the fact that the base is actually the flaming crow that he's standing in. Which, you know, he doesn't actually do that in the movie, but like at the same time, it's imagery that's definitely worth taking a look at. You got the guitar strapped to the back, which plays a big role. You've got him actually holding, he's actually got a crow on his wrist and holding it up there and just looking badass as always. One of my favorite little details is actually his engagement ring, or Shelley's engagement ring, is actually on a string around his neck. And that's one of those tiny little details that just made it that much better. I've been a fan of The Crow since the first movie. Went back, read the books, loved those even more. And pretty much ever since then, I've actually met James O'Barr like once. I attempted a couple times, but the first time was the successful one, and I haven't been able to duplicate that. As awesome as it would be to meet him again, it is cool that I got to meet him once. So, yeah, that was the first one. That was the gimme one. But it wasn't the pop that made me jump when I saw it. And this one is a little bit older, but it was so hard to get because every time I would order it, it would always say, we were unable to get this pop. And I'm just like, why do you keep advertising stuff you can't get? And it happened with a couple different sources. And considering it was just, I mean, you can still see it available places, but like it felt like every time I went for it, they would say, oh, sorry, we actually can't get that. So when I saw this sitting on the shelf, I had to go for it. And who would that be? But Gage from Pet Sematary with Church alongside him. And yeah, I believe this is the only Pet Sematary pop that they've put out, and it's really the only one they need. This is just too cool. For wanting this for as long as I did, I was really excited. I got actually the blood spattered box, which is a bonus, but at the same time, you kind of miss out on some of the detail inside of this guy. So we're going to go ahead and take this guy out and have a quick look at him. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, the details. He's in the dirty clothes. He's been buried. He's come back. He's got his scalpel, which if you've seen the movie, actually, yeah, I mean, yeah, scalpels are supposed to be smaller, but in a toddler's hands, they're not. I love the imagery, the crack on the head. They went into some great detail with this guy. With his little shoes and the blood on the scalpel and his hand and everything. Yeah, this is there's a reason Pet Sematary is like ranked up there with one of the scariest Stephen King stories of all time. And not only Gage, but Church is a really great detail. And I love the detail that they put in the little pet friends, whatever you want to call it. When they do it right, they really get it right. And Church is just so wicked looking, evil little cat that's been taken in, taken out, and left to roost. So, yeah, I cannot say that I did not enjoy the pop selection that they had at the horror house, and left me out and about, and yeah, I just came back very happy after. I would have been happy with just these, with the combined from the last time and the current time. That is awesome, but that's not all that Raze did when he went there, because Raze has something else up his sleeve. Raze got something else, got several other things actually, and we're going to get back into that in just a second after I clean these guys up. So when I was at the horror house the previous time, it was really cool, and I saw something there that I thought that would be a cool idea. But I believe, yeah, when I was there, I was actually going to the Curiosities and Oddities convention, and had just been there and basically had dispensed with all the extra money that I'd planned on really getting rid of. So I didn't really want to delve into a bigger purchase. But this time I went with a mission. I went there wanting something special, and that's exactly what Raze picked up. Boom! Yes, this is a pin board. And I have a small collection of pins that have been growing over a good deal of time, and I've never really had a way of displaying it. I've gotten a cork board before, but the more I added to it, the more it just didn't seem right. But this seems a little bit more appropriate. So as a new little bit that Raze is going to do, he's going to start showing off his pin board. And what better way to start it out than with the actual location that I actually picked the pin board up, which would be the horror house, of course. And I'll be adding to it and showing it off as I add to it, showing off pins now. So it's not just going to be Funko, it's going to be pins. And this is going to double as the first pin board video along with this. And did Raze get some pins while he was there? Yes, Raze got some pins while he was there. So let's just go ahead and dig right into this. We're going to put these off into sections. The other pin that I got while I was there, no big surprise to anybody, was actually the SS Georgie and the red balloon. So yeah, this is a two-pronged bad boy right here. You've got the pin, you got the pin backs for the red balloon and the Georgie boat. And go ahead and put this on here while you guys are having a look at this. And I think that'll have to go at a higher level here because, yeah, that was one. You knew I couldn't resist this one. And yeah, it was just really cool. I've got a couple with the chain on them, and they're really cool, really good, great looking pins. And I think that this was another of the that was. I think this was a exclusive from the horror house as well. And so we've already got a theme getting started here. So what's going to be the next one that we get that I show off? The other one that I got from the horror house. This is actually from StudioCatWeen.com. which that's pretty cool. But like, I think when you see this pin, it will make complete and utter sense to you. Cotton Candy Person from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yes, we have got this bad guy. Once they wrap you up in the cocoon, they essentially let you ferment in there, and then they drink you like a shake. And this was another one that basically these are the pins that kind of inspired this, and the other one that I got. Everybody knows that I'm a huge Killer Clowns fan, and this was a pin that definitely had to happen. So we're gonna slap him up here right at the top, because that is where the Killer Clowns go. And I got one more pin from the Horror House, another Horror House exclusive. That would be Coraline. She is it's a Coraline doll. You can see the button eyes going on there, and she's hanging from the button key. And I just thought that's absolutely adorable. And it's no secret that I'm a huge Neil Gaiman fan, so yeah, we weren't gonna miss out on getting that one taken care of. So yeah, she's gonna have her place up in this corner, and already got a great look going on here as far as these pins go. And yeah, now you see how it's shaping up, and it's looking really good so far. And that's what I got from the Horror House. But that's not the only place I went, because yeah, there is a comic book store right down the street, Crusader Comics, from right down there in Chicago. It's one of the places I went, and went ahead and grabbed up a different pin, because once this ball started rolling, I was like, let's get some. So I will be bringing the older pins in as they go, but this is all from the same trip. So yeah, went a little crazy on the pins. And naturally, the first little pin that I saw while I was at Crusade Comics was the Joker. And it's just a really simple his name pin going on, but it looks really awesome. And yeah, it's a nice little perfect lapel pin, to be honest. Little Joker face in the Joker name, and we're gonna go ahead and put him on here. I don't know that I'm gonna have a theme going on with the actual board. I think it'll just be one of those things that you kind of look at and find the treasures as they present themselves to you. So yeah, definitely went to two different places, got several different pins, but actually I went to three different places. And this one I actually went to Tower Comics in Chicago, and I could not resist this one. I mean, I was full on at the register, went ahead and picked up the I was on the purchase and everything. I was on my way out and spotted this thing, and it made me do a double take, made me pull back, made me say, I have to have this. And it is Sandman and Lock and Key, Key to Hell pin. I haven't read a lot of Lock and Key, but the fact that they're merging those two things makes me wonder if they're not the same. This is the Sandman Key to Hell pin from Neil Gaiman's Sandman series. And I mean, you know, when I see that, that just makes me stop and take a look. So Tower Comics almost let me out of the door without seeing this, but the minute I did, it was on. And boom, had to have it. I actually do have a replica of the Key to Hell that I got by itself, but it's really small. I believe it came with one of the hardcover books that came out, but I had only gotten the key, and I've done a video where I've shown the absolute editions of all my Sandman collection. So this is cool to actually have it wearing on there. And yeah, I am very excited about showing off my pin collection. And this is definitely one of the prize spots in as far as that goes. Boom. Yeah. So that's a quick look at all the treasures that I got while I was in Chicago. I mean, I did get several books, but I will probably show off books and stuff later on as I go. But let me know in the comments what you think about this new pin board and what you think as far as showing it off. Should I do a separate one that's not necessarily horror, just maybe keep the horror pins on this guy and then put the other kind of pins on a different one, or just keep it all on one? I don't know. I've got plenty of room. I've got plenty of pins that I'm gonna stab on here, and I'll bring them back to you as this progresses, because this is definitely going to turn into a project, and it's a project I am looking forward to. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. Give me a like on this video if you've enjoyed it. Let me know of all the items, be it the pops, the pillow, or any of the pins. Let me know what your favorite little item on here is that I got from Chicago and the horror house on this last trip. And yeah, just talk to me. Tell me what you like about these. Which one's your favorite? And I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here now. But never forget, the life is full of odd moments, and you never know when you're gonna be defined.